Good evening, everybody. Today I'm going to be talking about a very important, informative information that everybody needs to know. I often ask myself, why stop? Why shouldn't I keep going? And it's really to motivate myself to get to the next level or the next step I'm trying to get to. I'm sure everybody's asking themselves, what is he talking about, or what could he possibly mean by that? What I mean by that is I'm going to be talking about how to maintain your health, how to improve your health, and how to constantly stay on top of it and stay motivated. Obviously, everybody knows exercising is a very good mentality to have in mind, especially if you put things into perspective of, for example, if you have a car. I'm sure everybody in this room has a car, and if you put that in perspective of having a car, how do you maintain the car? And it's kind of like maintaining your own health at the same time. So, for example, if you have a car and you fill it up with gas weekly or however long it takes you to fill it up, and you maintain it with the oil, you take care of it from bumper to bumper, like they say. Obviously, that car is going to last you a while, and it's going to be a good car to you. But if you do the opposite and keep it parked and not move it, or or if you don't maintain it as much as you should, or when you should, obviously that car is not going to last you as long. So it kind of goes both ways. And for someone like myself, I like to look at before and after pictures. What I mean by that is, when I was in high school, I used to be on the soccer team. And obviously, back then, I used to be in a lot better fit, or I liked how I looked back then a little better than what I do now. But when I look at the before and after pictures, and I miss how fit I was then. Now, I feel like I am qualified enough to talk about this topic and why I should. Now, I'm going to be talking about the first thing we're going to be talking about, which is exercising. Exercising is an obviously very important thing to do in our daily lives, and obviously that's not to hurt ourselves, but to better ourselves on every level there is on a daily basis. According to Howard Health Publishing, what you eat directly affects the structure, function of your brain, and ultimately your mood, which is very true. So for someone who sits at home all day long, just eats and watches TV and gain weight on a daily basis, obviously doesn't feel as good as someone who's outside, exercising on a daily basis and doing all this stuff. That both of these people are not feeling the same. The one's gonna feel lazy, and the other one's gonna feel very active. The one's gonna feel a little bit depressed than the other one. Now, and that's what they mean by it affects your brain and your mood. Our second point we're going to be talking about today is eating healthy. Obviously, eating healthy has a lot to do with our daily life. If you eat, for example, if you eat McDonald's on a daily basis, you're not going to be as active as the person who's eating a salad that was made at home. Or if you're eating, a cheeseburger from Burger King, it's not going to be the same thing as eating a healthy sandwich that you brought from home to work, for example. Also, being healthy, according to Jerusalem Post, painfully thin is beautiful, which is obviously not so true, because that's what society really wants us to see. If you're thin, that society seems to make you think that you're beautiful, which is not the case at all. So, because you can have a very thin person not look healthy, but actually isn't healthy, and you can have a fit person that's not as thin, feel healthier than the thin person. So obviously we don't want to believe that we know that the other person may be a little healthier than the first person. And our third and final point is going to be consistency. Obviously, consistency is a very good thing to have in our daily lives, because you want to remind yourself to keep doing this, or you want to remind yourself to keep doing that, exercising or walking for a long distance. Those are all good things to do in our daily lives. Now, according to the Best Body article, keep consistency is the key. Obviously, we all know that because it just motivates you on a daily basis. The key is keeping consistency. Now, I've completed all three main points, and to conclude this, I went over how to stay healthy, eating healthy, and how to be consistent on all three points. So I hope everybody liked the speech, and thank you all for joining.